So we're kind of behind on our pruning because of the weather, the rain that we had lately. And Mrs. Naked Gardener kind of low on her pesto sauce. So we decided to take advantage of that. So in this video, we're going to show you how to prune your herbs and flowers. And we're going to start right now. What's going on, YouTube Gardener? It's your boy Sidney from the Naked Gardener channel. Hopefully after watching this video you're going to learn how to prune, when to prune, and the benefits of pruning your herbs, flowers, and your vegetables. Now if you like these types of garden tips, make sure you give us a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss an upload. So we have a lot of first-time followers, and most of y'all don't know that Mrs. Naked Gardener makes an amazing basil pesto sauce, and she also makes an amazing sage butter. Now, like I said, we've been doing this pruning. We're going to show you how to prune it to get a better yield and a better harvest to make it a lot bushier. Now, what are some of the reasons why you prune your plants? All right, so let's talk about when you should prune your plants. With your basil plants, you want to prune them once they get up to about 6 inches tall, or whenever they get their first true leaves. And normally I would wait till they start branching off with their stems. We'll show you here where you have your main stalk, and then each of the stem of the main stalk start branching off. When you start seeing double leaves, that's when you really want to kind of prune. At least that's what we do, so that way the plant can start getting a lot bushier. And then we'll prune like every 2 weeks. These are about 3 weeks behind, and so we're going to kind of show you how we're going to prune our basil plants from here. Now we're going to do our stevia plant. Now, one of our subscribers and viewers was asking about the stevia plant when we did a propagation of this. Now, with this being in our hardiness zone, it's going to be a perennial plant for our area. And Mrs. Naked Gardener, she takes a little bit of these cutlings and dries them out and puts them in our teas. I'm more of a tea drinker. She's more of a coffee drinker. So we're going to show you how we had pruned this from before. Once again, you just cut it up the main stalk. You'll see some variations of leaves that's growing out from an extension, and you just clip it off from right there, and then it starts to bloom out. So we're going to show you how we're going to prune this, and hopefully it'll get a lot bushier for the following season. Now, the good thing about stevia, having this on hand, just one leaf is about 300 times sweeter than a cup of sugar. And so that means it's a great alternative to using sugar in any type of your meals or drinks or stuff like that. And it's may have been known to lower blood pressure and blood sugar. So if you're diabetic or have an issue with your insulin, this is a great alternative because it has 0 calories. All right, next we're going to start pruning some of down this sage here. This is also a nice perennial for our hardiness zone 8A, and Mrs. Naked Gardener is going to make an amazing sage butter sauce with this. So I was pruning some of this sage here, and we can already see some more of the leaves just sprouting off of some of the dead wood or the brown wood off the stem of this plant. So like I said, this is a very forgiving plant. During the winter time, we'll almost cut it down up to the nub here, and then the following year or the following season, it'll just produce more offsprings from off of the stem there.
This plant right here is on its 3rd year.
Yeah. I mean, we literally just cut it almost all the way down, and it just sprouted right back up. Over here we have our zinnia plant that we have pruned about like 2 to 3 times here, where we had the main stem here. We cut it off, and once it got almost about a foot long, and then it started sprouting up from there. And then off of these two, these were basically the new main leaders off of the flower here, and it started growing an extra stem through here. So we just prune it off right there, and as you can see, this keeps on getting a lot bushier, and this is just from one seed. We're going to show you how we're going to prune it on the next plant. Alright, so here we have another zinnia plant, and this is the Cactus brand or cactus flower. And as you can see, we have one major stem going right here. We cut the leader off right there, and it has another stem that's growing up, and then it has another stem going right here. And as you can see, we have this right here to see. Take some of this off here. We have a stem going here and a stem going right there, and so we're just going to cut this, and that way it can send that energy back down to the root and send it back up, so that way it can produce more and more flowers. What do you think about this, Mrs. NG?
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Alright, so we have some of our basil, our stevia, and our sage in here. Mrs. Naked Gardener is going to show you a good way to wash and get all the bugs, and just to clean it out very thoroughly. However, we would like to know, what are some of the recipes that you have made from your cuttings?
Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but when I cut my herbs out of the garden, I don't just like eat it. I like to clean it, and one of the best methods I have found to clean it is to go ahead and put a sink full of cold water in there, because you don't want to wilt the leaves on here. So I put it all in there, I submerge it, and I put 1 capful of vinegar in there, and it gets it nice and clean. It's a natural disinfectant, and it's good to go. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells just phenomenal.
Now, if you're interested in learning more gardening DIYs, we'll put a playlist above there for you to follow along. Until the next video, let's grow together.